Here's the thing that I think it's important for those, all of you get this, but I think a lot for especially our friends in the press and those watching at home, look, if you don't have American trucking, nothing works. How do you think the groceries get to the grocery stores? From American truckers. How do you think that the things that you buy at Target or any other store, how do they get there? They get there with American truckers. We do not have an economy unless American truckers are able to do what they do so well. And we have a president right now and a Vice President Kamala Harris who wants to raise the price of diesel, raise the price of gasoline, and have every trucker in this country drive an electric vehicle, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we have a lot in the state of Ohio. We have a lot of great trucking companies, just like you do here in the state of Pennsylvania. And I was meeting with some local truckers when I was in D.C. at my Senate office. This is probably 6 or so months ago. And what struck me is not just that they were frustrated by Kamala Harris's policies. What struck me is how little Kamala Harris knew about the business of trucking in this country. In fact, I guess one of them asked a senior administration official, they said, well, you guys want us to all drive electric trucks. That doesn't make any sense. And they said, no. We're going to get electric trucks to the point where they're the same price as a normal diesel truck. And so I guess these truckers asked Kamala Harris's officials, well, how much does an electric truck cost right now? And they said about $150,000. And all of you are laughing, but the reason you're laughing, to the friends of the media, is the reason they're laughing is an electric truck right now costs $400,000. If you force all these great truckers to buy electric trucks instead of the trucks they're currently using, you're going to make this inflation crisis way worse than it currently is. You think groceries are bad? Wait until Kamala Harris makes every American trucker drive an electric truck. You think car prices are bad? Wait until Kamala Harris makes everybody buy a Chinese-made electric vehicle. And you think housing prices are bad? Wait until Kamala Harris makes it impossible for our truckers to get construction materials to the house building site. Kamala Harris's policies are a disaster, ladies and gentlemen, not just for truckers, but for everybody who relies on them, which is everybody. And I think we have to have some compassion for the people who've been affected by all of our terrible policies. It's one of the reasons why we've got to get Donald Trump back in the White House. Because every single day, hardworking Pennsylvanians, truckers, and everybody else, they're working harder and harder, but they're falling further behind. And let's just tick through some of the information here. In the state of Pennsylvania, you are $11,400 poorer than you were on average than when Donald Trump left office. What that means is you have to spend almost $12,000 to get the same stuff now that you could buy 3.5 years ago. Is that prosperity? Absolutely not. Under Kamala Harris's policies, in Pennsylvania, the average worker's wages have gone down by 6%. So people are working harder and harder. Things cost more at the grocery store. Things cost more everywhere. And our workers aren't getting the wage increases they need to keep up. Donald Trump has a different idea. Donald Trump thinks we ought to have more take-home pay. Donald Trump thinks that our truckers ought to be empowered to do their jobs. And Donald Trump thinks that Kamala Harris ought to get the hell out of the office and let somebody who knows what they're doing